What recent circumstance made you very happy and why?
Recent circumstance? These are weird questions, Dad. Did you write these yourself?
Telling my ex-boyfriend to fuck off. This is sad that I can't think of when I was last like really happy.
Tasting the full potential of what love is. I lost it, now I feel like shit. But before it was lost, I felt maybe better than I'd ever felt in my life, and it was really inspiring. Yeah. It was incredible.
Man, now you're getting personal. Like, now I have to have emotion in this interview?
Yep.
No. I got really happy to come down here and play records tonight.
Okay.
Because I like records.
Well, two things. A dear friend of mine, I have two things. So a good friend of mine that I was working to get out of CYA, California Youth Authority, was released and is doing really well. That made me really happy. And I'm dating the best boy ever. This documentary will come out. It'll either come out that he already thinks I'm a freak because we've broken up, or we're like happily together. And he's like, oh my god, you talked about me on the documentary. So those are two good things that have happened.
There's a friend of mine that I've recently been spending a lot more time with, that during this time we've spent together, she's really opened up, and I had no idea the impact that I've had on her until this day when we just kind of opened up and talked about it, and it was really amazing to me that she felt that way, that I had that level of an impact on her.
Well, most recently, and I'm really glad I get to share this with somebody, I got a gold star at work. And it made me feel really good about myself, you know? I mean, the gold star system is something that, you know, a lot of establishments don't subscribe to anymore. But I actually had, maybe I should put it on. It's not actually gold, but you notice that it was handmade by somebody with love, somebody that I feel like loves me and that I love and that I get to work with. That's the most recent really great thing that happened to me. I could say, like, I recently met this really great boy that's been making me giddy lately, but no, I'm going to go with a gold star. Probably last longer.
I just got married, and why is because I have a wonderful, lovely husband. Treats me like a queen even when I'm not acting like one.
Okay, I just went to Las Vegas for the High Roller Scooter Rally, and I was a retired Big Patch member, which basically means that I had at one point worked my way up to be an officer in the club, and I retired from that. I didn't know that the rules had changed, that retired officers can no longer wear their patch. I wore mine, and the president of the club actually attacked me over it. She did it in the front of all the other club members, and I was able to hold my composure, and even though she's smaller than me, she took a couple gouges out of me, holding my composure and holding a level stance and giving a, I guess you could call it a Hannibal Lecter stare, where I was just kind of eating at her through my eyes. She ended up backing down, and I didn't have to do too much yelling or anything like that. It was just all body language and all composure, and I was able to turn it around, and instead of her making me look like a jackass as she wanted to, it actually turned around, and she's now been kicked out of the club for her actions. And it wasn't a nice thing to know that she got kicked out, but it was really nice to know that it would have been very easy to turn around or fight or get into something and, you know, do the catfight thing, gouge with the nails or pulling at things, tearing clothes, and I didn't have to do that. It was just very, very simple, and that was it. And it was a pretty nice thing. So good to know.
Quitting my job and moving out here just because I felt like I was in a rut back home. So definitely moving out to San Francisco.
Recent circumstances. Dude, to be honest with you, that's nothing like funny, but I got out of debt. I paid off all my debt, and like the stress off my shoulders is like ridiculous. I can like go on ski vacations and not have to worry about coming back to the bills, and like start saving money. And like for me right now, that's like the biggest thing. It's like changed my life, because for so long I was coming home and like having a stack of bills, and paying off my debt was like dragging me down.
The last time I was really happy, I was hanging out with my friends, and it was just like one of those times where you could be doing nothing, but you're just like laughing and having fun for no reason at all.
Okay, I was sitting in DuBose Park and got to see a bunch of dogs. That made me happy because it made me think about my dogs. I love my dogs.
The sun came out. The sun came out and thawed my February soul. It was so good. The sun's been out for 2 weeks, and gosh, that's all the simple pleasure that I have needed. It's been a radical transformation, and none too soon. Plus, I got handed an enormous bouquet of daffodils yesterday, and that can't be bad ever.
It was above 60 degrees in San Francisco yesterday, and it's continued on till today, and with luck for the rest of the week. So yes, that makes me I'm ecstatic, elated, tanning.
A lot of times happiness that I appreciate more is when there isn't a direct causation, when it just seems to kind of bubble up from nowhere and I can just allow myself to feel it. But I think I love my job, and so a lot of times when I'm at work, and I'm a preschool teacher, and when I'm with the children that I work with, and when I'm sharing with them and being with them, oftentimes I am very joyful.
I'm in graduate school right now, and I just finished Porter, and I got, this is going to sound really cheesy, but I got a 95 on my stats final, and I was really happy with that.
I had my goddaughter Yasmin, who's 4, Friday night for a sleepover, which makes her very excited. And we went to this cafe and hung out until I kept thinking, oh, I gotta get her home, I gotta get her home, I gotta get her to go to sleep. But she was having so much fun, and she got so tired that she was kind of punch drunk, and her giggling was probably the best sound in the whole world. So we ended up laughing the whole walk home, even when, and I'm waiting for the toddler cliff where she's going to turn from laughing to crying, and she never did, and we had so much fun, and we both fell asleep at 10:30. It was pretty great. We had a really good time.
I don't really like birthdays, and I decided I'd never really had a birthday party, so I decided to throw a birthday party. And my Uncle John, who's very dear to me, and his partner flew in from Ventura and came to my party. And I had never had anyone like fly in. I'd never had a big party like that. And it was my closest friends and some family members, and he surprised me with a slideshow of photos from when I was, a baby on up, and he had put it to music. One was like a favorite 70s song that I had with my mom, "You're Still the One," which was like my favorite little song when I was a spazzy kid. And and I had all my friends there, and my uncle and his partner got to meet all of my friends, and it was really uncomfortable because it was just such a visceral experience, and I was uncomfortable because I was weeping, but what came out of it was it was one of the first times I have ever seen that like compilation of slides. I had always thought I was such an ugly kid, and I didn't see that.
Yeah, there was a time that we were celebrating my birthday, my mother's birthday, and my cousin Eva's birthday, and so we had 3 cakes on the table, and like all of my family was standing around me, and like my mom and my I'm gonna cry. I just had, you know, my cousins and my aunts and uncles, and it was just this really, and it was in Tennessee, where I was born, on this commune. It just sort of took me back to just kind of to remember, you know, what it's like to have family around. And I've been living in New Zealand for a while, away from everybody, so it was really touching to be surrounded by these people who actually make up who I am, you know?
I fell in love recently. That's pretty obvious why that would make me happy, right? Yeah, this past year has been a little tumultuous, in a great way, but it's been difficult, and I've had a hard time connecting with other people because I've been doing a lot of work on certain parts of my personality and behavior, and I think it's really been wonderful to see that now I'm able to share myself a little more and open up. So yeah, it's great falling in love, and what could be wrong with it?